Hello everyone. Here we are, week 14. I have one last big work order for you this week. You're hanging in there. Most of you are doing really well. Those of you that need to make up work have been letting me know that you want an extension, which I need to open up for you. If there's any of others of you that need to make up work, please let me know by email, and then I can open it up and let you know it's ready to go. A little bit of review from last week. We were talking about ethics, and one thing I want to caution everyone about is that we are, in many cases, when we're making these tough decisions, having to assign responsibility. So in the case of the car got scratched, that's an easy one. It's clearly our responsibility. But in the case of we worked on the car and something happened to it, either the customer pressured us to do an inexpensive repair, and then the things that we didn't touch failed within our warranty period. So how do you handle that? We gave you the option, you chose not to. It sounds like the customer's responsibility to me. In the case of something that we didn't alert the customer to failing, that's another situation. Is that our responsibility to let the customer be aware of so that they can make an informed, intelligent decision? Lots of times when we do a repair, we're opening up a system that we have access to, and the only additional cost would be the parts and perhaps a tiny little bit of labor. Makes more sense, it's economically wise to do a more thorough job most of the time. In that case, the responsibility would rest on the shop's shoulders if there were to be a failure of anything that had been replaced under the warranty period. But I do want to caution you about giveaways. I think many of you tend toward the generous side of things. Oh, I'm going to give those brake parts all away because we worked on the car. In a really more extreme case, the technician was testing the windows or rolled down the window so that he or she could work on the car, and the window broke at that point. How is that our responsibility? And I want to urge you to be cautious about giveaways, because yes, you're going to make the customer very happy. Oh, great, it broke on you and I get a free window. That makes me happy. But your boss, your manager, your shop accountants may not be so happy, and the service advisor is responsible in large part for making sure there's a profit in a shop. Doesn't mean that we rip people off. It means that we need to make a profit in order to sustain our business and be there for not only us and our employees, but our customers as well in the future. That requires that people pay for the things that they should ethically and responsibly have to pay for. So this week we have one more discussion, and as I mentioned, we have just one assignment this week, which is worth double points because it is one final work order for you to produce. I'm looking for accuracy. What you look up in ALLDATA needs to be correct. You need to charge the correct amount. You need to write the proper procedures in the labor section. The totals have to be correct. The estimate absolutely has to be at least greater than, either the same or greater than. I like to, if I come up with an estimate of $1,975, I like to tell the customer that the maximum is going to be $2,000, because then if there's something that we've forgotten or some extra hardware we need or whatever might come up, we have a little cushion for. So a discussion and a work order. One assignment this week. Do, as usual, discussion on Friday, assignment on Sunday. Next week is week 15, and there will not be anything required next week except for quiz 5. There was a computer glitch. Some of you have already taken it, but everyone can take the last quiz, quiz 5, again next week. I will have a fun PowerPoint for you, and I will also have an extra credit assignment for you next week. That is something that you don't have to do. You will not lose points or credit for not doing it, but you will gain points and credit if you do the extra credit next week. So that's all next week. I'll tell you about that next week. But the next 2 weeks after this week are really about making sure you're happy with your grade and boosting it in any way that you can, either making up past assignments or doing the extra credit, and then studying for the final, which is the week of May 17th. I'll have it available on Monday, May 17th. The final is very much like the quizzes, it's just longer. And of course counts towards your grade. So I think a good way to study for the final is to look back at your assignments, read any comments I've made, look back at the PowerPoints, especially the ones that you're a little foggy on. And as always, I'm available if you need anything. Please get in touch with me. I do check that email very regularly. And otherwise, have a good week, and I'll see you next week.